This video is made in cooperation with Meat and Livestock Australia. Look for the MLA logo as your Australian quality assurance. Today, I'm going to show you how to cook McPhee short ribs. Australian beef from McPhee is free from added hormones. It's free range and it's free of antibiotics. The beef is grass-fed, which gives a very fine marbling. Now, short ribs come from the plate of the cow, just right behind the front legs. McPhee short ribs are English cut. That's what this is, English cut. So it's got long bone versus the flanking cut, which is very short bone. English cut short ribs are usually served with either one bone or 3 bones. We're going to show you how to do both. And then they're cooked by braising, very low and very slow. This type of cooking results in a very soft and flavorful finished product. Now first, let's start with the seasonings. I use a combination of sea salt, Himalayan pink salt, and peppercorns. I grind everything fresh and then put it into a small bowl and use it as I need it. For this recipe, we need 2 kg of mirepoix. We also need 20 whole peppercorns, about 200 grams of just regular flour, 2 liters of beef stock, 50 grams of tomato paste, 100 ml of both balsamic vinegar and 20 ml of cider vinegar. Then we're also going to need 3 bay leaves, some parsley stems, and if there's any leaves that are left from the celery, add them also. So we remove the short ribs from the cryovac, and if there's any surface moisture, just pat it dry with your paper towel. Then I'm going to take and cut just straight through. Now if you flip, especially on this 3 bone, flip it over on the back and there's a membrane. This membrane needs to come off. It's inedible. So just grab a hold of it and pull. Okay. Then we season it on all sides. And just leave these set aside. First, preheat your oven to 250 degrees Fahrenheit. Take a deep-sided oven-proof pan and apply high heat. Add some vegetable oil. As soon as that gets hot, I start adding these short ribs. Now I only do a couple at a time. We're trying to just brown, but the high heat gives the spices a more intense flavor. It begins the cooking process, and it gives a nice crust to the exterior of the meat. If you don't do this, then you end up with gray meat, and it's just not as appetizing. Keep on moving this around. Remember, there's that fat line that was on the top. That's going to start to melt, and it's going to add to the flavor of this meat. As soon as you get some browning, go ahead and just turn it onto one of the sides. Remember, we're trying to brown all of the sides. Next, add your onions and drop the temperature down about in half. Keep on stirring, otherwise it'll just stick and burn the onion. We're looking to just turn these a little translucent. But if they get brown, no problem. Just another layer of flavor. As soon as they barely start to turn translucent, then add the remaining vegetables from your mirepoix. Allow that to cook just for 1 minute. And then take your flour and dust it in. Cook this just a little bit. See, it's getting pasty on the vegetables. That's exactly what you want. But you need to cook that flour so that it doesn't taste starchy. And keep on stirring. Otherwise, the flour will just burn. As soon as you see the color start to turn, then add your liquids, beginning with your beef stock. Your vinegar. This is the cider vinegar. The tomato product. And bring that up to a simmer. As soon as it starts to simmer, then put in your peppercorns. Your parsley stems, and if you've got any leaves from the celery, throw those in too. And lastly, we need 3 bay leaves, and I like to just tear these right in two. Put them in. I'm going to add just a little bit more stock. One last step is I like to put some potatoes in, and I'll use those as an accompaniment for the final product. Then take your short ribs and put them right into the pan, sticking straight up. And then we cover with aluminum foil. This then goes right into your oven. Welcome back. Our total elapsed time now has been around 4.5 hours. So now we just took this out of the oven, and let's see how we did. You'll notice immediately that the meat has pulled up from the bones. So at 4.5 hours, this meat is just literally falling right off of the bone. All right. So let's take that. We'll just cover that back up with our foil just to keep it warm. And then stir this up just a little bit. Then I'm just going to pour some of this through my chinois. All right. So in the meantime, I'll just set this alongside. Now with this sauce, we just need to heat it up a little bit for when we play. You can see that this is almost nappe right now. It doesn't need to reduce very awful much. Maybe 2 or 3 minutes is all it's going to need. And I think that's probably going to be enough. So I've taken the potatoes that we're roasting in with the meat, and I just browned them off in my saute pan. So from here, I'm just going to take just a little bit of sauce, put it right down. Let's take 2 of these short ribs. That is an amazing dinner. I'll take just a little bit more of this sauce and put it over the top. And there you have it. It's just that easy to create an easy, wonderful, decadent dish that's fit for a king or a queen. Serve this with your favorite potatoes and a side of this decadent sauce. Thank you very much for watching. This video has been brought to you by MLA and McPhee Beef. Like our video and please subscribe for more of these great cooking videos.